So like so many others, I had a bit of a bumpy road on my way to the motherhood gig. We lost our first baby, our son Angel, far enough along into a pregnancy that we named him and held a memorial service. Next, we had a first trimester miscarriage, and then our gorgeous miracle daughter, Bella, survived emergency heart surgery at just 2 days old. We had another miscarriage 2 years later, and then finally, our son, Luca, the whirling dervish that completed our family. He is the boy who was already screaming before being taken out by C-section. He is the boy who proceeded to pee on the doctor during his snip-snip a few days later. Let's just say he makes his mark. So by the time Bella and Luca were old enough to look at me with their big, cute brown eyes and speak in their sweet little kid voices to make their wishes known, I was not only more than a little worn down, but also so freaking grateful just to be their mom that it's been pretty much a nonstop parenting party at my house ever since. So I definitely admit to more than my fair share of spoiling, coddling, and general mushery in the parenting realm. And yes, I know mushery is not a real word, but when your kids nickname you Marshmallow Mom, and your husband says he feels like he's married to Buddy the Elf, you have to kind of create your own vocabulary to define your particular mom style. So mushy-mushery it is. In other words, I tend to parent a little bit more like a grandmother than a mom. You know, never saying no to that second scoop of ice cream, playing 25,000 sequential games of War or Monopoly, providing warm homemade cookies almost daily, and serving ice-cold milkshakes at command kind of thing. My friends' kids and all my nieces and nephews also benefit from my elfish parenting style. I have just as difficult of time saying no to their just as cute kids. And I'm actually happy to take as many of them as I can stuff into booster seats to every amusement park, zoo, museum, and ropes course within a 300-mile radius. I'm frequently heard yelling with tires squealing out of our driveway, "Road trip!" 10 kids in the car. But then breast cancer struck. 4 surgeries, 5, maybe more permanently altered body parts, 8 rounds of chemo, and 25 sessions of radiation later. And this elf is feeling a bit more like Santa on December 26th than Buddy the Elf. So there have, by necessity, been a few changes at the old ranch lately. Milk and cereal have been moved down to the lower shelves so that Bella and Luca can fend for themselves on mornings when I just can't motor. Bella has had to make school lunch for her little brother sometimes, as well as for herself. They have, on occasion, had to suffer through frozen, not from scratch, made-to-order waffles and cookie dough. Oh, the humanity. And they have generally been given much longer leashes and free range to come and go a bit more on their own. I sort of figured that maybe I should bestow upon my offspring the same basic freedoms and standards as the chicken and eggs that I buy have. So free range it is. Or maybe I'm just kind of lazy and tired these days, but that first explanation sounded a hell of a lot more evolved. So either way, turns out the whole free range kid thing is really working for us, and thank God. I still have cancer to battle. I still have a foundation for metastatic breast cancer to run, and at least 1 more major surgery to go. So I'm thinking we can go ahead and throw a free range label on our house and family and call it a permanent change. Yes, our cereal and snack boxes look like raccoons have mauled them. Yes, there's often a milk and juice dribbled river going from the fridge to the table, and worse, sometimes the couch. And no, I may not always be 100% certain of the exact location of either of my children, but somehow they always turn up before fears of alien abduction really set in or authorities get involved. I'm fairly certain Luca would be returned very quickly anyway, so. But despite the new levels of messiness and more than a wee bit of chaos in our family lately, both kids have gained entirely new levels of confidence, responsibility, empathy, and bonding with each other that has been truly amazing to witness. I could not be prouder of how both of them have weathered this storm. Without me there to stand on my head entertaining them 24/7, acting as a gourmet kids menu chef, and carting their spoiled asses to every remotely amusing children's attraction in the tri-state area, they have actually had to learn to fend for themselves. What a concept. When I get through all these treatments and surgeries, and I'm feeling back to my spunky old elf self, I may, just may, dabble back into Marshmallowville from time to time. I'm not saying I won't, it's just who I am. But for now, I am totally enjoying the free-range gig and the hours of quiet, restful, guilt-free recovery time spent binge TV watching and writing that it provides me on what has become my cancer couch. My free-range offspring may have a bit more freedom and responsibility these days, but that is still my heart you will see securely attached to them at all times, no matter where they are. And that will never change. That is motherhood to me. Thank you.